Okay, we're going to look at noun clauses. How do we diagram noun clauses? And as always, you love it. You know you love it. We're going to do some revision. First of all, what is a clause? Ho, 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 ho. Not Santa Claus. Ha, 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 ha. What is a clause? Well, a clause always contains both a subject and a verb. Every clause must contain a subject and a verb. What are the two types of clauses? Broadly speaking, they are dependent and independent clauses. What is an independent clause? How can we identify it? We identify it extremely easily because it contains, yes, a subject and a verb, but also a complete thought. It doesn't depend upon anything. It constitutes a complete thought. It could be a sentence, not a sentence fragment, but a proper sentence in its own right. And what about a dependent clause? What is a dependent clause? How might we identify it? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Answer, it contains a subject and a verb, but it does not constitute a complete thought. We're scratching our heads thinking, something's missing. It could not be a sentence in its own right. It could only ever be a sentence fragment. Okay, what are the types of clauses then? There are two types, independent and dependent. But what are the types of clauses? Answer, the adverbial clause. Not surprisingly, the adverbial clause contains a subject and a verb and acts like an adverb. For example, he went because he was told to go. This modifies went. Why did he go? He went because he was told to go. Secondly, the adjective clause. And an adjective clause always must contain a subject and a verb and acts like an adjective, of course. For example, the woman who I used to love is no more. Very sad. Not true. Very sad. Who I used to love modifies the noun woman. It tells us more information about the woman, the mystery woman. Adverb clauses, adjective clauses, and the topic of today's conversation. Yes, that's right. Noun clause. What is a noun clause? First example, that England lost is a good thing. X is a good thing. So we have a clause. Well, it is a clause. Is it a clause? Yes, it contains a subject and a verb. It must be a clause that goes in the place of a noun. Well, yes, that is a noun clause. Another example, whatever will be, will be. Bananas will be. Greeks will be. Bulgarians will be. So we have an entire clause. Is it a clause? Does it have a subject? Yes. Does it have a verb? Yes. Oh, it's a clause. It's a clause in the place of a single noun. Excellent. Noun clauses do exist. How do we know a clause is a clause? A clause is a clause because it contains a subject and verb. All right, examples. That England lost is a good thing. Well, let's see how many clauses we have here. We have the main clause, is a good thing. X is a good thing. Okay, that's our main thought here. What's our second thought? England lost. That England lost. So X is a good thing, and X is a noun. In fact, it's a noun clause. Let's see how we would diagram that. Is. Ooh, we need a predicate line there to separate the subject from the predicate. Is, that's a linking verb or an equals verb, so let's diagram that accordingly. Thing is a noun, so that makes thing a predicate nominative or a subject complement. England lost. So we have a subject and we have a verb. Let's just put that on stilt to protect it from debasing the baseline. England lost. Who lost? England lost. Let's separate the subject from the predicate. Subject, predicate, verb. Lost what? Ooh, lost, it's an action verb. What follows must be a direct object. Lost what? Lost that. That is the direct object in this case. Next, whatever will be, will be. Let's see how we would diagram this. Question, how many clauses? X will be. That's one clause. That's the main clause. Well, what is X? X is whatever will be. So the subject is whatever will be. Predicate of that clause is will be. Let's begin diagramming. Subject, whatever will be. Will be. Will be what? No answer. There is no subject complement. Question, what will be? Answer, whatever will be. Baseline, whatever. So we have our subject here. We have our verb. It's also our predicate, entire predicate. We want to prevent the baseline from being debased. So let's put that noun clause on stilts. Whatever will be, will be. There's our sentence. X will be, and X equals whatever will be. Fantastic. Next. Oh, by the way, sometimes that isn't essential to the meaning of the sentence. Let's see what that looks like. They insisted that the war was now won. Is that essential? Well, let's have a look. They insisted the war was now won. Pretty much non-essential. So let's diagram that accordingly. They insisted. Who insisted? Answer, they insisted. Subject is they. Let's draw in a baseline. Who insisted? They insisted. Subject, predicate. Put the predicate here. Subject, predicate. Great. They insisted. They insisted that. That is not essential. So we draw a vertical line from the baseline, draw a line parallel to the baseline, and write that. They insisted that war was won. What was won? Answer, war was won. Baseline. Let's protect it from contamination. Okay, what was won? War was won. War was. Was is a linking verb or an equals verb. Let's diagram that accordingly. What follows is a subject complement. Won is a past participle, acting as an adjective, so that's a predicate adjective. War was won. Oh, we're missing something here. They insisted. Insist is a action verb. It's an action verb, so let's diagram that as a direct object. So again, noun clauses, they're a lot of fun. And like nouns, noun clauses can appear anywhere. A noun might appear as a subject, object, direct object, object of a preposition, complement, subject complement, object complement. Anywhere a noun can be, a noun clause can be. Okay, it's your turn to do some exercises. Thanks for watching. This video is part of a course that normally costs $29.99 at udemy.com. But click the link below and you get the course for only $9.99, a 66% saving. The course has all the exercises you need to master basic sentence diagramming and sentence grammar. So, click now for lifetime access with a 30-day money-back guarantee.